All right. What is up, everybody? We are live. Checking on that. Looks like you can hear me. You can hear the game, Cardfight Vanguard here, that we are playing. All right. So it's been a while since I've streamed. So getting back into the swing of things here, including looking at the camera, obviously. So we're going to play Cardfight Vanguard. This is a little card game. This is a digital card game that is based on a Japanese card game. So I kind of wanted to do an initial stream here as kind of an explainer. You know, what is this game? What's it about? What are the benefits? Why is it fun? What are the origins? So just to kind of talk through it. If you're finding this stream via Twitch, you might know a lot about the game. If you're coming across from Twitter or something, this might be completely new to you. So I just wanted to start from the very beginning and kind of talk a little bit about it. So we'll click into the game here. Now, forewarning, I'm a huge beginner at this game. Definitely not an expert. So just know the basics, kind of diving in myself, figuring it all out. So learning these things kind of together. But it certainly is a fun game, and I'm enjoying it a lot. So I wanted to kind of talk about it and see what it was all about. So, Cardfight Vanguard as a trading card game has been around for a while now, and comes from Japan and has found success to some degree here in the States as well. This version of the game, this digital mobile game, I think came out sometime maybe last year in Japan, and now has just come over here in the States. It's kind of the first set of cards are coming out. It's just beginning. It is, I'll say it's based on the card game. It's not the exact same rule set. So they've simplified some of the rules to make it a bit more mobile friendly. Which isn't great, because I think the card game is really good as it is. But this is still super fun. So they took a little bit of the strategy aspect out of the game because it would have slowed gameplay down quite a bit. It's something that you can easily do in playing in paper card games with other players, but it's a bit harder, you know, pausing and saying, oh, wait, I had something to do before you take your next action. So Magic has the same problem with Magic Arena. They've had to figure out how to solve that. Cardfight Vanguard had to do the same thing here. So what they've done is kind of restructure the cards a little bit, and some slight rule changes and stuff like that, like I said. So we'll dive in. So one of the cool things about this game, this is, first of all, this is a gacha game. So if you're not interested in like kind of the free-to-play trappings, this game is fully into that. But it does have a really nice story mode and this character fight, which you just play against the AI. And yes, I've unlocked all of those characters. It syncs data between my phone and the Android version here on the computer. So sometimes there's some weirdness between the syncing. But you can play these against these characters and earn material that you can then use to craft cards. So let's just dive into one of the games, and I'll kind of talk through how the gameplay works a little bit. So let's just do an easy fight. And we will fight. So this should be pretty simple. Things are kind of stacked in our favor. And we'll play this deck here. So kind of the first cool thing about Cardfight Vanguard is there's only one card type. So unlike Magic, where you have, you know, creatures and spells, and artifacts, and all these other enchantments, all these other various card types, there's just one card type in Cardfight Vanguard, and it's the unit. But you'll notice first that the units have numbers attached to them, so 1s, 2s, and 3s. That is their grade. So in our starting hand, we're looking to have kind of a 1, a 2, and a 3, because you're going to sort of level up your Vanguard every turn, so we want to make sure we can flow from 1, 2, and 3 without any gaps. We don't want to take any turns off. So we actually have that here. We have a 1, a 2, and a 3. So I think this is actually a pretty good hand to keep. So I won't exchange any cards. And of course, any Vanguard battle starts with stand-up Vanguard. So this is the battlefield. This is what you would expect to see here. This is your starting Vanguard. This guy is a level 0, which you can see here. And this is his text. So you will see some interesting text like when rode upon. We'll talk about that in a second. This symbol is when he is rear guard. And then you'll also see a V symbol, which means Vanguard. So certain abilities will only activate when cards are in specific places. So this spot, this blue circle here, is your Vanguard circle. These are your rear guard circles. So first thing, my first turn, I have a grade 0. I would like to ride a grade 1. So I take a grade 1, drop it on there, and my Vanguard levels up to this grade 1. Now, this card 0 we had has a special ability. When you place a card on top of him, he gets to move somewhere else. So we'll put him here, for example. So you get to level up once a turn, and then you can play any card to your rear guard circles that is your Vanguard's level or lower. So at this point, I can play any 1s or 0s to my rear guard circles that I want. I don't want to actually do anything else, so we will just go ahead and end our turn. So our opponent will also ride to a level 1 and attack. So I couldn't attack because I was the first player in the first turn. But he can attack and attacked me, and I took a damage. So some interesting things happened there. You notice when he attacked me, the damage that I took was a card flipped off the top of my deck. So that was this guy right here. Now, when you do take damage and when you attack with your Vanguard, you flip these cards over. Certain cards have triggers on them, they're called. So this is an example of a trigger card. Anything with a symbol similar to this in the upper right-hand side. They do special things. So this is a heal trigger. So if I had taken damage and I had flipped this card over for my damage, I would heal one of my previous damage that I've received because I flipped that card. There are also triggers for critical. This is a critical. So if when I'm attacking, I flip this, I do 1 extra damage in addition to whatever else I would have done before. You can see these triggers also give plus 5,000, so it increases the power of one of your units when you flip them. So attacks aren't actually everything that you see on the board. There can be hidden elements to it in the triggers that you flip. So we're ready to ride to a grade 2. So we can pick our grade 2 here. Unfortunately, you can't tell when they have special abilities until you click on them, so you just kind of have to learn that some cards don't have any abilities, like this guy. Some cards do, like this guy. So let's look at this guy for an example. So he has an ability that triggers when he is the Vanguard or when he is a rear guard. And during my turn, if I have more rear guards than my opponent, he gets plus 3,000 power. So he's a pretty good one to choose if we know we're going to put a lot of rear guards onto the board. So I think we are going to do that. So we will choose him and play him out. So now we go to our main phase, and I can play level 2s or lower. So I've got one more 2. I'll play that out as well. So this guy got stronger because now we have more rear guard than our opponent. So we'll go into battle here. Now the other interesting piece is every time an attack successfully hits your opponent's Vanguard, they'll gain 5,000 power. So that means that, you know, while both of my attacks here would hit, I can't really hit with both of them because I have to basically choose kind of the order that I want to hit. So obviously, I want to go this guy first. So 10,000 to 8,000. It hits. he flips the damage. There's no trigger, so it just goes to his damage stack. So now we're sitting at 13,000. I'll be at 14,000 when I attack. So if I had attacked reverse, I wouldn't have been able to hit with my second guy here. Oh, I'm at 14,000. I didn't say that part because my guy in the back adds his power to my guy in the front. So he's boosting. You can see from the symbol here. So when we drag up here and we attack. Okay, so I got a heal trigger, so I'll heal the 1 damage that I had there. And then because I flipped the trigger, someone gets to gain some power. So we'll just have my Vanguard that is attacking gain the power for now. So that hits. We do a damage check. He takes the damage. All right, so that's my turn. Now, there will be an interesting thing that will happen when he goes to attack. He'll have to attack my grade 2 to the left first, because grade 2s have a special ability called Intercept. So they kind of block for your Vanguard. So now he's killed my grade 2. He can attack my Vanguard directly. And taking some more damage there. I flipped a critical trigger, which isn't great right now, because obviously I'm not attacking, and the plus 5,000 power didn't do me any good. So that really wasn't a great thing to flip at that point. But we're to the point where we're going to ride our grade 3. So we've got several options. We've been drawing a bunch of them this game, unfortunately. So it doesn't really matter. Let's go with this fun-loving fellow, Mr. Invincible. Now, we have these other grade 3s. We can play grade 3s in our front row here so they can be attacking. That's an option. But, as he said, grade 2s have that special ability Intercept that serve as blockers. So sometimes it's helpful to play grade 2s up front, even though if you have grade 3s available, just to prevent some of that damage that you might be taking. Now, this grade 2 is particularly nice because it has the special ability that when it's placed, you get to look at the top card of your deck, and if it's a grade 2 or less, you get to call it, which means play it out to the battlefield. Otherwise, you shuffle your deck. So you kind of get a free card at times by playing this guy. So I think this guy's really good. He's got a little bit less power, but he can really get in there and load your board up and give you some card advantage. So unfortunately, didn't get one there. But now we can play a grade 3 over here since that's what we have left. And we can transition to battling. So my opponent has a single Intercept guy that I have to get through before I'm allowed to start attacking their Vanguard. So I can do this. And I want to save the Vanguard attack to attack his Vanguard if I can, just in case I flip a critical trigger, so I can do the extra damage. That would be lost if I was attacking one of his rear guards. It wouldn't have any extra effect. Grade 3s flip 2 cards when you attack instead of 1. And yeah, so far so good. So there's not really any use me attacking his Vanguard with my guy here, but I can attack his rear guard because our powers will match, and I'll win. So sometimes it's worth wiping out his rear guard instead of always focusing on just the Vanguard there. So it looks like my grade 2 is not long for the world as he goes here. And then we'll take a little bit of damage. But I think we're looking like we're in a pretty good spot here to close this game out for the next turn. Now, the other thing I haven't been discussing is this one that I've been leaving in my hand. This is a special card. This is a Sentinel. You can have 4 of these in your deck. Basically, this card works as a perfect guard. So if you have it in your hand and you're taking damage that essentially would kill you, this card gets discarded and you avoid the attack. So you never really want to play this card out just to be a regular attacker if you can avoid it at all. You want to hold it in your hand to prevent a killing blow that you might receive. So that's why that guy's sitting there in my hand. That card is very, very valuable to have a hold of. I can't choose to play it or when I would play it. That's one of the big differences between Vanguard 0 here on mobile and the actual Vanguard card game. But it's still just as powerful as it is in the game. So we're not going to ride because we already have our level 3. We like this one. We don't really want to switch to any of these other guys. But we do want to play out another guy. So let's play this guy out. And then we'll move on to battling. So we got to get through that guy. Doesn't really matter who I attack with at this point. And we need to get 2 attacks in. So I don't think we're actually going to be able to win this turn, unfortunately. But I can wipe out his rear guard so he can't retaliate as easily. So let's attack Vanguard on Vanguard first. There's always the chance that we flip a critical. Which we did. So we're super lucky here. Let's go ahead and give the power here. Just in case some shenanigans happen. So he didn't flip a heal or anything special. There, and we'll slow roll this last one. No heal. So he'll take the final blow, and we win. So that's the gist of Vanguard. Pretty fun game, very back and forth. Games are pretty quick if you're not talking through them, as I was just then. But yeah, it's very anime game, as you can tell. The art's pretty cool in the game. Lots of neat mecha and robots and stuff, which definitely drew me to the original TCG version. And so let's go open some card packs. I've been saving a couple tickets so we can actually see some packs opening here. So like I said, it is a gacha game. They want you to buy gems, and they want you to open packs. But we've got some tickets here. We've got a ticket. And a ticket gives us a pack of cards. It's got a cool pack opening animation, of course. Cards spinning out everywhere. And then we just touch them all, and they flip over. So nothing super exciting out of that pack. The rarity system is pretty silly in this game. So you have commons, rares, then you have double rares, and then triple rares. So I don't know why they decided not to go like commons, uncommons, whatever. It's just multiple levels of rares. You can see these cards are kind of flashing between the card image and this crafting symbol. That's the resource that I'm gaining from those cards because I already have kind of the maximum amount of them that I can obtain. We also have, let's see, 190 gems, so we can get 1 pack with gems. So we can open that as well. Oh. I think that's a good sign. So that guy became kind of a foil. It's a little bit better of a pack here. We've got the 2 double rares. So that's pretty exciting. Now, the other piece of this game is you have a fighter level. So they kind of progress you through the game and introduce the concept slowly and get you into kind of ranked fighting other people online through this fighter grade. So I'm currently fighter grade 15. So I have to do these things before I level up to 16. They give you kind of rewards and stuff as you go. So the next thing we want to do is win 1 fight against Aichi Sendo at difficulty normal or greater in character fight. So let's go ahead and tackle that. So Aichi Sendo, normal. And we will fight him. So they want us to win using Royal Paladin in this particular case. So let's take this Royal Paladin deck here. And let's build it. Let's make some changes. We've got a lot of cards since this deck was built. The other really nice thing about this game that I love when TCGs do this is give me an auto build button. Obviously, it's not going to be the best deck in the world. It's not going to be incredible, but it just kind of puts the powerful cards in the deck and you're good to go. Who cares? I really like playing TCGs. I'm terrible at building TCG decks typically. So it's nice to not have to think about that sometimes. Just power in the good cards, and we go. So we will save that. So we've been updated. And let's go ahead and fight. So I'll do a little bit less explanation at this point, and a little bit more just battling. So we probably want to throw back one of these threes, probably the critical, just because we'd rather have that in the deck to potentially draw it. And we want to keep both these ones. Put this one back. See what we get. So we got some twos back. So twos are pretty important because they have the interceptability. So I like hanging on to the twos in this case. All right. Oh, I don't even know what happened. Okay. Cool, 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 cool. He's just doing all kinds of stuff. This is probably bad for me. All right. So he was, go see here. He was using Barkal's ability. So he was getting this Future Knight Lu back, or Flogel. Actually, got Flogel in this case. Basically, that lets you kind of seek out a specific card in your deck eventually through a series of these other two cards. So my grade 1. Well, let's do this. So then this guy will come back here just so I can use him to boost because my power is a little lower than I would like it to be. And let's go to battle. Let's just attack. Got the critical, so that's a nice flip right there. So that's a stand trigger. So if you were attacking and you flipped that trigger, you would stand one of your attackers, meaning they could attack again. So Blaster Blade is one of the signature cards if you've ever seen the Cardfight anime. Blaster Blade is sort of the John Cena, if you will, of this game. Alright, so I'm taking a couple damage here. But we're sitting in a good place because we have a Blaster Blade of our own. So Blaster Blade says when he's placed, you can C-Blast 2, Counterblast 2, to retire one of your opponent's grade 2 or higher rear guards. So Counterblast means that you take 2 of your damage cards and flip them face down. So you have to have damage, and you have to have face-up damage cards in order to Counterblast. So it's kind of a resource system. You taking damage becomes resources to pay for abilities. So we have the 2 damage, we can actually do that. So we can retire this card. So basically just by playing Blaster Blade here. So we get our own fun little animation, and we will target this guy. So Blaster Blade, very powerful. Let's see. Let's just get some 2s on the board here. And this guy. Let's go to battle. So 9,000, so I want to go here first. Actually, yeah, so the 5,000 matters, right? So if I attacked here, I would hit. He would gain 5,000. I'm only going to boost for 4,000 more, so I'm not going to be able to hit with my Vanguard then at that point. So let's do Vanguard first and see what happens. That's great. So giving 5,000 power over here, so he'll be able to attack and still hit. Which we can now do. And then no sense attacking with my last guy because he's not going to be able to hit. We'll just end the turn. So they'll have to get rid of my 2 rear guards because they have intercept. So he's got a blaster blade. Paying a lot of money. All right. He's got a full house over there. Luckily, we've got a couple more grade 2s in hand we can kind of replace these spots with. So not the worst thing in the world, but a stand trigger's not ideal. Ooh. All right. So we'll give the 5,000, of course, to my main guy, but he can still hit. All right, that was not great for us. That was pretty painful. Nonetheless, we'll be able to retire a couple of those front guys with our blaster blade that we just drew. So that's good. So we want to ride to a grade 3 first. So this is our option, or this. That's not terrible. S charge is soul charge and S blast is soul blast. So that's the cards that are underneath your Vanguard. So when you place a card on top of your Vanguard, the card you're placing it on top of goes into your soul. So soul charge is moving one card from your discard into your soul, and soul blast is discarding something from your discard, or from your soul into your discard. That seems pretty good. Let's see. Can I see blast 4? No, not if I also do the blaster blade play. What's in my soul currently? I just have one card in my soul. Yeah, we're not very far into this game. So maybe just this guy then. Okay. And then we'll do this. And we'll get rid of this guy. So that's pretty powerful. It's like a free attack, right? We'll do that there. And that guy just for boosting. We'll go to battle. So we have to get rid of the one guy here. And then we can come straight for the Vanguard. So we have to really hope that he doesn't have any of those Sentinel cards in hand, or we'll just be out of luck. Hey, Schmitz is here. How's it going, man? Having a late dinner, so I have to lurk, but excellent to see you, sir. Excellent to see you as well. Good to be back in streaming here. Let's see. So this is not going to hit, so no reason to really attack. So we'll just end the turn. So we've got the 2 intercept grade 2s. So hopefully they should protect us. That's not great. So we might be losing this here. We could really use a heal trigger. Alright, come on, heal trigger. You can do it. Yeah, this is if Gwent got really into anime. Alright, so we lost. We lost against the computer. Let's give that another shot. Let's see how that goes. Yes, I'll consume stamina because again, this is a gacha game. So get one of these guys and throw this guy back. You don't really want to keep a ton of the trigger cards in your hand because you want them in the deck to be able to flip them as triggers. But you do want one grade 3 to hang on to, just so you know you'll be guaranteed to get to grade 3. All right, so let's go here. And put the little doggo there. And put this guy. Let's see. So I'm first, so I won't be able to attack. So let's just go ahead and end the turn.
Vanguard Attack. Drive check. Damage check. Critical trigger.
Not a good thing to flip the critical again there. That's okay. All right, so we're set up good with some grade 2s here. So let's ride a grade 2. So this guy doesn't do anything, just has 10,000 power. Let's get a couple more out here. And one for boosting. Now, we can do this just to get another boost, which is probably worth doing. So you remove one of these from your deck. And we'll call this card here. So we just get this guy. And his ability is irrelevant right now, but he's here. So we'll go to battle. We have 7,000, so we'll have to attack with our Vanguard first. That's pretty good. So let's do the extra power here. All right, so a lot of boosting there. So we're not going to be powerful enough to really hit him in any of these cases, because it'll just bounce off, as you see. So that's too bad. That is too bad. So we'll end the turn. We'll skip the Blaster Blade animation. So obviously the smart play, the counter play, would be knowing that you're facing a Royal Paladin deck, knowing that they probably have Blaster Blade, not giving them that second damage so they can't use Blaster Blade's ability. So there would be some strategy in holding off that attack if you expected that to come. Obviously, I'm terrible at this game, so those aren't things I think about. Just attack the Vanguard as fast as you can. But that's kind of where the strategy comes into play. All right, things aren't looking amazing here for us, but that's okay. So let's make this guy our Vanguard. And then we don't have any grade 2s, which is the unfortunate part. But we do have these guys. So we got to get rid of these side dudes first, which we can do. And then we'll attack the Vanguard. So we'll do 2 checks because we're grade 3 now. And he took the damage. So we're keeping it neck and neck. Could be better, could be worse. Alright, so he's got Alfred here. Luckily couldn't actually use the ability on either of those Blaster Blades, so we were a little bit more safe from it. But the really bad part, as you can see, is we can't defend any of these attacks because we didn't have grade 2s in our rear guard there. But luckily, that plus 5,000 was helping us enough. So we have to do 3 damage this turn. So one thing we can do, just to kind of give us a bit of a safety net, is, let's see, So these are both grade 2s, yeah. So we're going to have to get rid of those first. And then somehow survive a crackback. So it's not looking great. But, let's see. My soul has 2 cards in it. I'm just checking for anything special these guys do, potentially. So I think we need to get our grade 2 out there. So we'll do this. Oops, sorry, not what I meant to do. We'll do this. Yes, I would like to retire that guy just because we need something there to block. And that's the best, really, that we can hope for. I think that, yeah, so that guy we know is a grade 0. So we'll just go to battle. We'll see what happens. So let's take this guy out. And we'll take this guy out. And coming for the Vanguard now. So draw trigger is not bad here. Let's just give the power to the Vanguard. Okay, so now we have to somehow not take a single damage. So really the only thing that saves us here is a heal trigger. So we take the damage. If this is a heal trigger, we stay alive. It's not. So we die. All right, not having much luck there. Let's go back. Let's try a different deck. I'm mainly have been playing the Nova Grapplers. So the other weird thing about this game, I didn't even mention this. There are currently 4 factions in the game with these four characters. Obviously 4 more here coming soon. So there was an event that just released cards for the Grand Blue faction, and then I think there are 3 more coming that they've kind of just announced very soon, as in like tomorrow, next day, next month rather. But the actual card game, there are like 20 some, almost 30 factions in the game, and there's, a deck is composed of one faction. It's not like Magic where you can play a bunch of different cards from different colors in the same deck. You pick a faction and you play just focused on that faction. So you can be very laser focused in this game on a single clan. That's just like one of 20 something. It's kind of crazy when you think about it. So all that being said, I've kind of been focusing on the Nova Grapplers just because I really like their art style. They're the kind of big giant robots, and I think that's pretty cool. So let's auto build this deck just in case I have any cool new cards since the last time I clicked auto build. So I'm an expert deck builder, as you can see. And we'll fight. I've also been watching, so the Cardfight Vanguard anime first came out, I don't know, 2013, somewhere around 2011, I'm guessing at the time frame. This is cool. We like having the 2 Sentinels in hand. That's nice. We do want to throw back one of the grade 3s. We might have to use one of the Sentinels to ride our grade 1. It's not ideal. We'll risk it. We'll see what happens. Hey, it worked out. So the Cardfight anime first launched, went through a bunch of seasons. They rebooted it in 2018. So I've actually been watching the reboot version. Just, I don't know, I'm 10 episodes in or something. It's a kids anime. It's better than Yu-Gi-Oh! I'll say that much. I'm fairly enjoying it. I think the characters are pretty good. The card battles, it literally teaches you how to play the game in like the first 2 episodes, which is very cool. And not like Yu-Gi-Oh! Where it teaches you all the wrong rules as you play it, which is nice. We'll go here. Then we can attack. And a critical. All right. We'll get some power here. So these characters that you see here and the story in this game kind of also follows the anime story. So the really weird part, though, is the anime focuses on these characters playing a trading card game. So it's not set in the world where, like, Blaster Blade is a real person, for example. Blaster Blade is a card that they are imagining is coming to life while they're playing their card game. So that kind of means that, like, all the different factions that you're seeing represented in the factions in the card game don't have to be thematically related to each other, which becomes very apparent when you start looking through the different factions cards. Like, all these, as we were talking about, are like very much like robot mecha type stuff. Some of them are just weird lolly girls, which is not my favorite, but, you know, not to judge anyone. So hopefully this guy can help us out. He does. So we'll call this grade 1. And let's do this again. Let's run that back. This is great. This is going well. So we'll put that here. Okay, so we'll call that here. And we want to swap these two guys' positions, because the 1 can boost a 2 can't boost. What does this guy do? Does he have any abilities? When an attack hits, counter blast 2 to draw a card. It's not bad. So we'll go to battle, and we will get rid of the intercept. And then my Vanguard, I'll attempt to hit. And I lucked out there. So, going to be able to give him enough power to actually hit. So, very, very lucky to do the 2 damage. And then we can attack here. I mismathed. My character's hair got in the way. So he's going to wipe out one of my rear guards right there. And then he's going to kill the other one. All right. So we blocked it. So we've got 2 health left. So we can ride to a grade 3 now. So when your rear guard's attack hits a Vanguard, so you counter charge. So if a card and your damage is flipped face down, you flip it face up. And when this unit attack hits a Vanguard, counter blast 2 to stand one of your rear guards, so they can attack again. We could potentially make that work. So we'll do this. And then let's get the 2s out here. And then let's get this guy here. So let's go to battle. So this guy needs to hit, and then I can stand someone else. So someone else has to attack first. So we'll do 9,000 on 9,000. Let's see. What do we have? We've taken 4 damage, so we can actually do this. This is good. So now we can just attack the Vanguard. And it'll hit, hopefully. And we do want to stand this guy. And then I didn't use the boost originally, so now we can boost now, since I stood him. So That feels pretty good. So 17,000 power coming at the Vanguard. So there's one of those Sentinels for guarding. So we burned that from his hand. Now, that doesn't increase the power, as you saw, which is great for us because now we can attack here and hopefully finish him off. Hopefully not a heal. And it's not. All right. So a lot better with that deck. I definitely like the Nova Grapplers a lot. So we didn't win with the Royal Paladins, but we did win with the Nova Grapplers. Thank you, Schmizmar. It only took 3 tries to beat the computer opponent. So we get our little ticket here. So this is one of those like really like devious, like come on, free to play things. These little tickets, which are called Gotcha Ticket Exchange Vouchers, seem like just from the name you'd be able to go turn them in for a pack of cards. No, you have to collect 10 of them to exchange them for a real gotcha ticket that then you can get a pack of cards from. It's pretty rough. So we have to face Misaki on our normal level. So we'll see what we have in Oracle Think Tank. I don't know if we have enough cards really to make a decent deck, but we'll see what it looks like. So we only have 2 of the Sentinels. Ideally, you want all 4. So not amazing. We'll see what it does. I mean, worst case we lose. Is this also a phone game? The formatting seems phone-like. Yes, this is only a phone game essentially. So this is out on Android and iOS. I have it on my iPhone. That's kind of the main place I play it. The version that you're seeing here on the screen, I'm playing the Android version inside of BlueStacks. So I'm just emulating Android to play the game, to be able to stream it. That's the only way that I have to be able to stream the game out. So yeah, unfortunately, it creates for this weird vertical view. But obviously on a phone, it's nice they format it vertically to take the space. Let's see. Let's get rid of the creepy baby. And one of these. So we definitely don't have enough of the Oracle Think Tank cards because... So these cards, these guys you see here, are elementals, so they're not part of your clan. So they're not an Oracle Think Tank card. They're basically deck filler if you don't have enough cards from the particular clan, because they don't have any abilities. They don't really do anything. But we'll see how it goes. Yeah, I think the layout is pretty cool. It means we get to feature some nice artwork on the stream. And kind of the neat thing about Vanguard 0, so their website has like fan kit. So like I was able to download this graphics for streaming from their website. So that's kind of cool that they're a Japanese company that's sort of very forward facing about that stuff. We'll just end the turn. I don't know why the creepy babies have face lasers. That's just a little too much. Okay, this hand is not looking exceptional. But we'll be able to do some attacking here. One of the kind of bummer parts about the game is that you can't, like, I can't move this card over here if I decide that I'd rather her be boosting this lane. So cards are sort of locked to the lane that they're originally played in. So I'm going to hold this card in my hand because there's no reason playing it out. And, you know, it's obviously giving my opponent information, even though it's not a real person. So I think it's probably the right thing to do to keep it in my hand. But we'll go ahead and battle. Oh, it's probably the right thing to attack with my Vanguard first on second thought there. Oh, but I can't discard a card from my hand and get 5,000 power. I forgot about that ability. So it all worked out. But without the ability, I wouldn't have had enough power to actually deal the damage without getting lucky there. Awesome. So I have one of my Sentinels in hand, so I'm a little bit more protected now. Alright. Yeah, that's never what you want to see. The heal trigger. That's much needed right now. So he'll heals one of our damage. Okay, so now we can go to 3. I'm into filtering cards. That seems good here. So we don't really have any other 2s, so we just need to play these 3s out and hope that we can clear out her rear guards to save us some damage that we might be taking next turn. But I will play this out to boost here. And we'll go to battle. I also want to take a moment and just admire the artwork that is the thinking man with lasers coming out of his eyes. That's pretty great. I wish I could bring that up larger because that's just special. Anywho, so get rid of the locker and put it this way here. Critical trigger, nice. So we're pretty sure we're gonna hit here, you know, unless anything crazy happens with trigger. So put this on this guy. Yeah, I agree. I think all classic sculpture is definitely enhanced with lasers. I can't think of a single reason why that wouldn't be true. All right, so we don't want to discard our Sentinel from our hand, so we're not going to invoke here. Now, they flipped a couple triggers, so they have a lot of power, but we still have more. All right, so things are looking pretty good. Well, actually, I take that back. I think we might just lose. I forgot that we had grade 3s in our rear guard instead of grade 2s, so we can't actually do any blocking. So they might be able to set up the 3 damage here that we need to take in order to lose. Okay, and they don't have enough power, so they're taking out one of our rear guards. Okay. So we live to fight another day. And the other nice thing there is that they don't have any grade 2s to do any defending either. So, let's see. I think we front row this. Let's go straight for the Vanguard. Let's try to finish this off right here. That's also pretty great. Let's give the power over here. So if it's not a heal, we win. It's not. Okay, so we should have completed both of those objectives. So we should be able to level up our fighter grade and see what level 16 holds. So it really hasn't taken that long to get to level 16 here. So these levels go pretty quick. There's usually just 2 or 3 objectives that you have to complete in order to level up. And most of them involve progressing further in the story. So this is getting through chapter 21 of the story, and then winning 4 times. So we just beat those 2 people once, now beat them 4 times apiece. So this is actually one of the sort of more in-depth levels that I've seen so far. So we've cleared some missions. Cool. We're getting a cool card sleeve when we get to level 20, apparently. We get this guy, the Battle Razor. Yeah. He's our bro. Alright. So let's I don't think we have enough to buy any more card packs. We can certainly check and see. Oh, so I did get 10 tickets to get a real ticket, so that's nice. So we'll go over here to the poor person's version. We can open 3 packs of cards right now. Let's do that. It's always fun to crack some packs. I really appreciate their pack opening animation. Open these one by one for added excitement. Nice. It's always exciting to get a Sentinel for a clan you don't play. That's, when you're getting into trying to build an actual competitive deck for a particular clan, you always want to start with those 4 Sentinel cards. Yeah, I think a lot of the Nova Grappler cards are very GoBot-esque, which for me is a selling point. I think that's hilarious. I think the art is one of the fun things about this game, especially the TCG. Honestly, the cards look worse for me in the digital version here. The paper cards, the art takes up the whole card. It's really, really awesome as far as their art design goes. But all the art is present here on these cards. So let's just take a look here at some of these. So look at the Nova Grapplers. I think I can actually make the art. Yeah, it's very GoBot. These guys are just servicing him. He's doing karate for no reason. And he says it's my turn. So in this organization, they have robots and they have pit crew. And then, randomly you get this lion guy who's wearing Final Fantasy armor. Yeah, there's some just real great art. And the names. Transmigrating Evolution Mirio. Something like that. Oh, who's that guy? I think that's the Death Army guy. I don't know. This is the Sentinel for Nova Grapplers. Yeah, the other cool thing about Nova Grapplers, the reason that I gravitate towards them, is because part of the faction is just generic robot. Part of the faction is generic robot as professional wrestler. So this guy's the announcer for the professional wrestling. Yeah, that's just cool. I don't really care who you are. This is a tough boy. He's just a real tough boy. This is a shiny tough boy. Also, sometimes they play football. I don't know. They play football. Shiny football. This is a similar robot, but he's a little bit more hulked up. I don't even know what's happening with this guy, but he's the ringside mage who assists the grapplers. Right? Yeah, no. Like, mecha and pro wrestling, there's really not a better combo for me. So it really is a perfect reason. This guy is just a furry. And then we get into kind of this weird like subgenre of these playing card themed robots. So there's this one. There's one that's in the deck we were playing earlier. Toolkit Boy. Shiny Toolkit Boy. Anthrozroid, which is just the stuff of nightmares. Just look at that. Whether it's up or down, it's an insignificant problem. Cray Soldier. I feel like he has too generic of a name for as cool as he looks. Brutal Jack, because regular Jack was already taken. Death Army Lady, not to be confused with Death Army Guy. And then randomly Magician Girl. Yeah, okay. Hungry Dumpty. Can I eat you? No, you cannot. Transriser. So I think the art really, for me, bounces back and forth between what I think is legitimately awesome, like this one. I think that Transriser is legitimately cool, and just ridiculous or silly, like some of these. There's more playing cards. Kung Fu Kid Bolta, so Kung Fu Robot, because we couldn't choose just one theme. We had to have all the possible themes. Ultimate Life Form, Cosmo Lord. Death Metal Droid. Gold Rutil. I like this guy. I think he's pretty cool looking. He's very overwrought, but I think he's cool looking. And I really like this guy's art. So he again really breaks from the theme of robots, but he's a cool looking lion dude, and I'm down with that. And again, speaking of breaking from the theme, no idea what's up with Mr. Invincible, but he's a superhero. Brutal Joker fits in, seems fine. Muscle Hercules, because regular Hercules definitely nothing to do with muscles. And that's, I think, the end of those cards. Yeah. So those are the Nova Grapplers. We've seen some of the Royal Paladins. The Grand Blue, these are the new cards that were in the kind of the event to unlock. So these are like the newest cards that were added to the game. These guys are all kind of pirates. So undead zombie pirates as well. And then sometimes just weird ghosts. So art style all over the place. But this is just a dandy guy. It's just a dandy guy. A water dripping dandy guy. Yeah, just some weird stuff. This, I think, is in the card game. I think that this is a pretty popular faction. This guy's nice and shiny. Look at that. He's moving and stuff. I didn't know I had that guy, but I'm impressed. What's happening in this art? Oh, he's got like a spirit for a head. Okay. He's like a half person. Like he's got like samurai stuff on one side and knight stuff on the other. It's just a lot happening in that particular art. So there aren't very many cards for Grand Blue there so far. As you can see, like this is it. Like we're looking at, well, I take it back. This is it. There's like two cards I don't have. But yeah, the art is just interesting stuff. And then sometimes it gets very anime. Like painfully anime. Which is not my most favorite. And then sometimes it gets like weird, like what was that Final Fantasy movie that wasn't related to any of the Final Fantasy games? That's what this art reminds me of. Spirits Within. That reminds me of Spirits Within. Yeah. So let's close out this stream. We'll do one more game here, and then we'll call it quits for tonight. Painfully Anime, that needs to be a band name somewhere. Yeah, that's a good punk name, I think. Yeah, Painfully Anime. We'll close the stream out with a ranked fight. We'll see how badly we get destroyed on the internets. So I'm very low rank. I've only done, I don't know, 5 ranked fights, maybe 3 to 5, somewhere around there. So ideally, I'm going to be paired up with people who are also bad at the game. And don't have optimal decks and stuff. Oh, we can put some new sleeves on. It can be that weird anime lady. I don't think I'm feeling that. I like the green ones though. We'll do that. Deck should be good, I think. Well, let's double check. Auto build. Give me that perfect deck. There we go. And we'll fight. Battle Sister. I think there's a bunch of Battle Sisters in the game. So we're facing Kyler. So let's see. We'll throw this guy back. And I think I'm going to keep the 2s. I like having extra 2s.
Stand up, the Vanguard. Stand and draw. Ride.
So that's a cute little adorable elemental there. All right, so grade 1. Tough boy coming in. And put him here. Let's go to battle. So the nice thing about this guy's ability, when you use him to boost, he goes back into your deck as a trigger. So that's kind of very worth it. You get the boost effect, and then he gets to stack your deck, essentially. We'll get 5,000 power here. So, good for us as well to waste their triggers when they don't come up when they're attacking us. So that's pretty great. Ooh, lost one of our Sentinels there in the damage. That's not what we want. Yeah, because we have 1 in hand, I think. Alright. So, we can start pumping out 2s. I think we want to do this. And we're going to put that guy back here. So we got a 9,000 and an 8,000. So, what's this guy do? Let's see if we can hit again. Which we can, so that's great. We'll put him here. And it would have been nice to hit a 1, but we didn't do that, so that's okay. We obviously don't want to discard our cool Sentinel dude. So that's okay. I think we'll just go ahead and go to battle. We will get rid of the 8,000. And then we'll just attack into the Vanguard. And he gets a heal. And that'll do it for us. That's a big laser. So we haven't really played much of this clan yet, but we're facing Kagero, I believe is how you pronounce the clan name. And they're very much like the theme, I think, is what you would see on like a 12-year-old's Trapper Keeper. Like it's like very much like big dragons and like heavy metal fire breathing. As you can kind of see, it's like it's cool, but it's like it's very much that. So we're gonna ride a grade 3. Our opponent has all 3s out, so that's not great for them and good for us, hopefully. Maybe we'll hit a 1. we didn't. Let's risk some damage then. So let's call this here. Yes, I'm aware. I want to swap him. So when he dies, we'll pull the other one forward. But I think that's still worth maybe getting a little bit of power there. So now we have to decide how we want to play this. So I want to probably wipe out his rear guards, since we only have the one defender. So let's do that. Let's just make sure he doesn't have the rear guards to attack back at me. And then we'll attack. I think we have to play a little bit of defense like that, because he's got one card in hand. So we're a little bit better in terms of card advantage here. Stand one of my rear guards. That's tempting. He's at 1500 power right now. I could stand this guy. Yep, let's do it. And then I can... Oh, I forgot I can't boost with that guy. Oh, wasted. Wasted. Because that doesn't do anything. Oh, man. Yeah, that was a big misplay, but that's okay. So he's just jamming these threes right now. But he has no cards in hand. And it protects me from his Vanguard. That's good. So that we needed that trigger check to happen. So that's good for us. So we have another grade 3. I don't think we want to ride, but we do have these 2s, which is great. So, I think we maybe just leave that. We play a 2 over here. Yeah, let's just go. Let's go Vanguard on Vanguard violence and see where that leaves us. That's pretty great. Let's give the power here. Does that get me anything? At the bare minimum, that lets me attack one of the rear guards. A second critical. Holy cow. Unbelievable. That's good for him. Get the extra boost. Another one. All right. Wow. I can't believe we hit double critical. That's... What a perfect anime ending. So, we won. We're still level 0. Again, because I haven't played much online, but certainly an exciting end there. Nailed it. That's right. Got it. We cleared a couple missions. Oh, we drawn 50 cards. We've stood 10 units. All right, so that is Vanguard 0. It's super fun. I've been dabbling in it. It's fun to play it on stream there a little bit. So we'll have to do this again sometime. We'll jump back in to continue on with the story. We haven't done any story so far. And play some more ranked fight, hopefully with an actual good deck next time. Because I'm starting to finally get enough cards to be able to do that. So thanks for watching. This has been super fun to get back into streaming a little bit. And we'll do this again very soon. So see you guys.